Welcome to Mindset Mastery Moments, the best growth mindset podcast recognized by Million Podcasts and ranked as a top mindset podcast by FeedSpot. We're proud to be in the top 1% on Listen Notes. Join Dr. Alisa Whyte as we explore powerful insights and strategies to elevate your mindset. Let's dive in.
Welcome back, Disruptors. You are joining me and the gorgeous Lena Milosevic from Italy speaking to us today. We are diving into spirituality and business. If you did not listen to part one, you want to go back and listen. That's where this conversation started. Lena, thank you so much for giving us your wisdom and knowledge. Now let's talk about tension. You are deeply spiritual, but you also operate in business structure and real world demands. A lot of people think those two don't go together. So how do you navigate that paradox?
Intuition.
Exactly.
I'm going to tell you how I did navigate it for many years, which wasn't really actually quite helpful. I compartmentalized. For years, two different compartments. So I was in the, healing, energy work, spiritual world. I was that. And I actually never spoke about business. And because it's like this, like business, money, it's not spiritual. Like I wasn't to that.
They were two separate space.
And then, when I was in business environments, I would not mention that I actually operate quite intuitively and that I do energetic practices and that I do energy work at all. So people that knew me in that sphere had no idea of that other life that I was leading.
I know all about it.
hiding parts of myself. I thought they wouldn't be welcome, or I'd make sort of a fool of myself in both, all of that. And until at a certain point, I actually, really face on into how unhelpful that is and how really, I was not being fully myself in either. And then so how did I do it? I actually started actively mentioning here and there, that I also do this, and and let's say in business, like more environments would mention, also energy work and stuff. And some people actually did react in the way that I feared. They were like, what's this? This is weird. It's like, okay, let's
they go with the word.
Right? But some people were actually really intrigued. Right. So it's this phenomenon when you start showing with all your facets, all of the sudden you realize you find like your people. Right? Like
that's it. Yes. Yes.
That really want to work with you, they just want to spend time with you.
And they are there for everyone on the planet. You will have your people.
Exactly.
Because
so what
different
I found
people
was actually
one person can belong to different tribes for different things that they need at different times. There's plenty of people.
Yeah, it's like this natural sorting mechanism.
Yes, but authenticity is what brings the draw. When you're in your authentic self and your full radiant being of who you are and the one you're becoming also in the journey, once you're welcoming it, your tribe, your vibe just attracts your tribe. That's what I say.
Yeah, it is. And it's not a pleasant process at the beginning.
No. It's a breaking. There's a breaking, right? Because you're still coming out, and your fears that you've had before of the mixing, and then sort of a bit of a self-fulfilling prophecy that's going to reoccur, and then the breaking of comfort zones that you're used to and stepping into the unknown. We don't have the data. We're like, most times we've never seen anyone do it before. Not that it hasn't been done before, but we haven't seen anyone. And so I'm so happy you brought that up, because we actually have people who are either creative or they're spiritual. And so when I talk to them, they're finding it hard to believe, number one, that it's possible to create services or products that people will help to fund what it is they want to offer the world in their language, or even anybody is even interested. Like, that's my crazy idea. And I want to do that. And I love you said it earlier. I always encourage people to have work when they're starting their business, only because that takes away some of the anxiety, or it limits it, or it also provides for you to invest. So if you can talk to that person, that woman or man or young youth that's listening, that has that spiritual work in them to do, to bring spiritual healing to the world, or maybe they might even be arts or something, but they feel like they just don't go together. So they just like, yeah, I just do this over here, and over here, I'm making subs because I have to live somehow. Talk to them.
So talk to them. It's what you're doing if you're in that situation. When you really look at it, if you imagine that you look at it from above, right? Like, just imagine, if you want to close your eyes for a moment and imagine that you're sort of rising. Your inhalation is a good riser, like inhaling. Imagine your chest ballooning and floating up, and then looking down at your situation. You see
Mm,
yourself and you see these others, right, that are there, that you make assumptions about, that they
mm-hmm.
wouldn't want what you have to offer. Maybe because you're
Yes.
not even clear on what you could offer. And what you see probably when you're looking from above, and this will look slightly different for everybody, but there's a chance that you're seeing these others as very different, as
Mm,
other, right? Like, here's me, here's us, and there's the others, right? Like, you're making a
mhm.
distinction. And that is because you're making assumptions about others, and you're making assumptions about yourselves, and you're seeing
Yes.
some sort of incompatibility, probably, like something that
Mhm,
doesn't really go together. So when
mhm,
you look from above, really, and ask yourselves, well, is that really true? And you start actually looking at those that you define as others. If you really look, you will notice that on both sides there's humans,
mhm.
there's human
Yeah.
beings. And human
Yes.
beings, we are wired for community, we are wired for interactions. We can't survive on our own, not
Without
for a long
it.
time. Um, so there is an inherent connection. So if you look at the others, and what I encourage you to do is look for something that is not
Mm.
foreign.
Mm.
You get closer and look and see. So it gets into that. What do we actually have in common, right?
Mhm.
Because when you look, even historically, let's say the Renaissance in Italy, where there
Mhm.
was this active movement phenomenon of the arts that has brought up so much glory. I mean, people come to Italy to look at it for
Yeah.
that reason. It's
Yeah.
gorgeous, the architecture, the arts, like the paintings, the frescoes, and but all of that was possible because there were people who were not artists who
Right.
financed all that, and they loved
Right.
it. And
Exactly.
and the artist, in modern times would go, well, what do they get out of it? Well, they get to look at it. And
Mhm.
this is their choice. This is their joy. So yes, it is a
Yes.
can we live without the arts? Of course. Art in itself is it's like the most unnecessary thing that
But people
exists.
spend millions and billions a
Yeah, but
year.
it's if you think about it in terms of practicality, is art necessary? It's not.
It's all yeah,
It's
exactly.
inherently not necessary.
It's
We
not
can
by any means.
live perfectly fine
Yeah.
without art. And
Yeah.
that's the power that lies in it, actually, because art
Mm.
is created for its own sake.
For this, yeah,
It's because
literally.
somebody would love to create that. That's why art
Exactly.
exists. So it's born out of love, and that's the power of it, because we
Love
don't really
it.
need it. We need
Oh, I
it,
love that.
but it's born out of true love, It's
Mhm.
pure
And
art,
with passion and desire.
and
Ooh.
that's how that's actually why I think many artists get into an artist's block when they try to produce instead of create
Mm.
art. Yeah, because then it almost stops being art,
It
because then it
becomes
serves a
something else.
purpose. come back to the
Right.
conversation we had earlier, right? Like then it was the purpose of something. It's not
Right. What's the
created
why?
out of,
It's really the
out of
why.
the
Yeah.
pure love of it. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So, and for many spiritual workers, people won't value it, right? It's you're
Yes.
creating
Right.
something out of love. You can just ask yourself, what if I operated under the premise that if I really created this out of love, that somebody will resonate with it,
Exactly.
right? It's a premise. It's just in the premise, I say, I don't ask you to believe that. This is not an affirmation. This is
Right.
curiosity going, what if I assumed that somebody does want this,
Exactly.
right?
My
Like,
thing now is it's just because I want it.
yes, you know,
At this
it's
point,
and
I
and
guess
and
at 45, I'm like, I want to do this and I'm going to do it.
yeah, exactly. And this brings us to the spiritual person who has spiritual services, maybe, clairvoyant readings, maybe
Mm,
it's a healing practice that you do. And again, with healers in particular,
mm.
because it's a field that I'm
I
that
mean,
I'm in as
yeah.
well. And oh gosh, I operated under this thing for the longest time is why are you doing it? So you're coming back to the why. When I was stuck in my healing practice and I was thinking, oh, I'm not getting more clients and why? This is so great. I
Oh,
do
wait,
such great
yes.
work. And
Good work. Yeah.
stuck in
Why
this
is nobody
narrative.
coming?
I'm really, yeah, and the narrative that what I was telling myself is I'm so good at what I do, but I'm just bad at marketing. So
Uh-huh.
the biggest lie. The biggest
Yes.
lie that I was telling myself. What was actually true is I wasn't really that good yet. Like I actually
What you were doing. Oh, wow. What a
there was a
revelation.
bit more practice that I did benefit from eventually,
Right. So you
right?
weren't ready, basically. And I would say God, the universe knew.
Yeah, yeah, yeah,
And
yeah.
it was
One,
self
A, I
preparation.
wasn't ready. And B, I had an hidden agenda running because for me,
Started. Yeah.
helping people made me feel validated.
Ooh, drop the mic, Lena. So true. Come on.
And
Mm.
that's what I see in many healers, spiritual workers, because coaches even, because we
Let's
love
just
to
go
help.
there. Yes, not
Yeah,
just not just the healers, but also
yeah,
I
we
think we
love
all
to
are
help
light
people.
workers. We love to. How many people can I speak in front of? How many people are listening to the podcast? I won't lie. It's just you and I here when we're recording. So if this is where
Yeah,
the conversation ends, it's not the purpose, but it would be fine because there's so much transforming in me and you just having a conversation. And
yeah,
with that, then when we put it out in the process of sharing it, it will take on a life of its own. And
yeah,
that's
yeah,
exactly how my podcast came. Just because
yeah,
I said yes to something I know I was supposed to do, which was start getting on this microphone and talking to people and sharing with them how I broke through and some of the things I've learned. And then now here we are talking to you and you're in Italy. Talk to people from
yeah,
Japan, from Taiwan, from the UK, from the Caribbean, you name it, everywhere. And then we have all these people listening now. I think we're at 100 and I think 15 countries.
mm,
Soon we'll be, every and that was my mission without the podcast. I was like, I'm gonna, I want the world to know that if they manage their thinking, they can really that we are in charge of our own lives and we take
mm,
ownership. We lead from ourselves first. Yeah, that's it. That's going to be how light spreads across the globe. And
mhm,
so that was the mission for anything and everything I do. And people always think, when I think, I'm like, okay, so how can we get this to as many people as we can? That's the question. Okay, there's Lena. How can I get Lena to as many people as we can because they need to hear this, what she has to say? I have not done any calculation about money and math because that's it. That's it. The
yeah,
money is going to come, obviously, when we move in the direction of getting this done. It's
yeah,
going to. We will. I tell people when I was a little girl, I don't know if you experienced this, Lena, but I was born and raised in Guyana, South America. And I heard this on the episode. I'm sharing it again. My mom used to send us to the store to get something, like maybe we were going to get some noodles or something she was missing from the kitchen to cook. And she would call and say, Alisa, I need you to go to the store. I need you to go get this. And when she sent me, she gave me money. She didn't expect me to figure out where I was going to get the money to buy what she needed. I was a child. And so when surrendered to God and the universe and what I'm put on the earth to do, I surrender. And then I get up and I'm like, okay, so what do I have? I've got energy. I'm ready to go. I've done everything I can, but just the money, it always shows up right when I need it. And I'm never without. I'm never I haven't been homeless yet. And I tell people, you think you need so much, but tell me what you take to the grave with you. Not a thing. And what
Yeah.
did you come into this world with? But your, your breath. That's it. That's all you need. And as long as you have that, the rest of it keeps adding on, right? That's when you needed clothes, and then you needed milk, and then you needed diapers, and then you needed someone to feed you, and all those things came. So I like to go back to the fact that it will come as long as you set the intention and you're in alignment and you move in the direction that you say you want to go. Period. That's my lesson from what you're sharing.
What I see sometimes is that people, it's yes, it is true, and I've also experienced this. But and at the same time, what I sometimes see people going into is in a lot of self-blame if they don't experience it. There's people living in real scarcity, like in economic, like difficult situations,
Yes,
and
for real. That's the reality.
then what I see sometimes is then there comes, and on top of that, an overlay of there's something wrong with me because this isn't what visualizations, and I'm sort of believing and all of this, and still nothing is changing. And honestly, like when I see, I haven't been a lot in contact with that because of the privileged situation that I live in. But it's also what I have with some people in my sphere are in difficult situations like that, and I find it heartbreaking. Like, literally, I find it really heartbreaking because what I see is on top of it then comes like a self-blame. There must be
Yes.
something wrong with me because I'm doing it and I'm still
Yes.
not
Not getting
seeing
results.
it's not getting results, right? And it is heartbreaking to watch.
Mm-hmm.
And what I see there is it's the little steps, right?
Mm-hmm.
That really lead, and it's often it's a mix of real hardship, but then also this conviction and deep running belief that there's some sort of non-deserving, and then people often try to get rid of that, right?
Mm-hmm.
It's like a negative thought, and so you should get rid of that. What I have found the most helpful in these cases is to actually begin consider that belief might not go away. Like what
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
because most of us have some sort of negative beliefs about them ourselves
Yes.
that we'll never get rid of, and they keep showing up, you know.
Mm-hmm.
But
Mm-hmm.
just learning that it's a voice that I can also not listen to. I can, even if I believe that I'm worthless, I can still
Yes.
do good things in life,
Yes.
and I can
Absolutely.
also want good things for myself.
Mm-hmm.
And it's actually not necessarily related.
No. Yeah, but they're still two both realities.
Yes,
They're
exactly.
and they're happening at the same time, and it's
Yeah, yeah,
you choose
exactly.
them. Yeah, they're happening
Yeah.
at the same time, and that's where I love that you brought that up because you talk about my truth versus universal truth. So
Mm.
let's go there a little bit because this conversation is happening everywhere right now. My truth, but you also talk about universal truth. What is the difference?
Mm. So what I mean when I say it's like there's a difference between my truth and not, and it comes actually from a response to the fact that I have seen that this phrase, oh, this is my truth, so therefore I do that, right?
Mm-hmm.
And I've seen that wielded in very much the same way. Yes, it really gets me worked up. But seen it wielded in the same way, like the phrase, I'm sorry you feel that,
Right.
which is both are deeply dismissive
Yes,
to
and
the other,
condescending.
right? It's like, I'm sorry you feel that way. It's like, pat, on the head. It's like, it's not taking responsibility. It's like, because
Absolutely.
you're feeling that way, and I'm so sorry.
I did not, and I didn't contribute to that. That's on you.
Yes, exactly. It's like, yeah, I did my thing because I did my truth. I did what was true for me, and that's how they
Yes.
sometimes go together.
Yes. That is so
Um,
toxic.
it's like, yeah, but also no.
Ah,
Right? Our actions have consequences. And
yes.
yes, my truth, in the sense that this is what's true to me, for me to do, this is what I choose to do, then I have to see that that has consequences.
Mm-hmm.
Consequences for me, it might have consequences for others. And when I'm talking with another person and we get into this, well, this is my truth, this is your truth. I'm not dismissing that completely, but I think what we really have to be wary of is the question: am I really listening? And am I
Right.
really seeing the other person?
Right.
And am I choosing to take them into account?
Right. And
Yeah.
I would love to add to that. The problem is we see each other as separate, but we're all
Mm,
connected.
yeah.
So the truth for you and what you're experiencing, I can consciously try to disconnect myself from it, but unconsciously, subconsciously, whatever you want to call it,
Yes.
how you're
Exactly.
feeling and what you're experiencing is still affecting me.
Yeah.
And the only time I guess everyone can see it when we have a war in Iraq and the
Mm,
gas is $515, now it makes sense to everyone, you know?
mm,
And I'm just using that because that's a global, when you know what I'm saying? Now everybody gets it. These are
mm,
just, we're just without being political, we're in a bad plight. It's not just the people in Iran that are suffering now, it's all these
mm,
people in the USA. So now we question, should we really be fighting this war? Everybody has questions now, but when it was suggested, we didn't. I'm using that as examples, not necessarily what happened, but that's because everything that the other people in this world are experiencing, we're all experiencing it.
yeah.
Now, you spoke earlier in your own circumstance. You said, I've been privileged to live and have and be in this way. But there are people around me who are not living and being in this way. And it saddens me and it actually breaks my heart sometimes. Do you
Mm,
see that?
yeah.
That's because you are having that experience along with them,
Yeah.
as
It's
much
true.
as they are having that experience along with you. So the point that you make, it's like you can't truly dismiss. Let's come back home to my truth. I'm sorry you feel that way.
Mm,
No, we're both feeling some kind of way. You're just not accepting it in your conscious frame. So it'll come back and affect you some other way when you're not
yeah.
even realizing what's happening because energetically we're all interconnected.
Yeah, exactly. And this attempt of separation that it is, it's like the story, feel the way, or this is my truth, that's your truth, is often just it's like a protection mechanism, because
It is.
we are,
We don't want to
you know,
deal.
because we don't want to feel and see the pain, and we are trying to not take responsibility
Or
for,
maybe we
our
have so
own
much pain
actions.
in of our own that that's about it for us at
Yeah,
this point.
yeah,
And they say hurt people hurt people, and so it's just
mm,
our way of sharing.
yeah,
Sharing our experiences. I'm hurting, so go ahead and hurt because I got enough of my own. I don't want to
yeah.
deal with it. So it's so many things. But the thing that I love that you say, it's, these experiences are subjective, but they're also deeper alignment. And I love that you're teaching us that. So let's talk about your actual methods of bringing us or the people you work with into not just tapping into their intuition, but can I say living with it and allowing it to be a part of our everyday lives? Tell us how you do
So,
that.
So, a very simple thing, how to do it is to learn a technique. And something very simple that you can do is you can use your imagination, because
Mhm.
everybody has imagination. Like, we can all imagine things, right?
Mhm.
And your imagination is a beautiful bridge to intuition. It's
Mhm.
actually the bridge of how you can listen. You mentioned before that you're having these sensations and that you're getting like a data download, right?
Mhm.
But this data download, if you look at it closely, what you're doing is you're actually imagining something. You're imagining that you're seeing something.
Wow.
You're not, I mean, you're not having like a literal computer in front of you and looking at the
No,
screen.
you're not. No, it's just
Yeah,
pictures in your head. Yeah.
it's pictures in your head, which means you're imagining them.
Right. That's so right. I
Yeah.
never thought of it that
It's
way.
it's literally the word imagine comes from
Mm,
image,
from
imaging.
image
Yeah.
yes.
You're creating
Yeah.
a mental image, you're imagining it. And and the thing is, like our imagination is a really powerful tool. But again, we've been taught to dismiss it because you're just imagining it means it's not real, right? Like
Mhm.
that's the narrative. But what if we flip that? What if I just said, okay, what if I put a question mark on that? Is that so? Right? Just imagining
Mm.
things isn't real because by now we know, and there's robust scientific studies on it because science is catching up from what many of us are already experiencing,
Mhm.
in empirical ways. Science is catching up and saying that imagining things happening and creating that imagery creates the same body chemistry as actually those things happening.
Happening and
Right?
experiencing
Like
it.
that,
Yep.
now that
Yeah.
bit is already proven.
Yeah.
It's
They've proven that
like, yeah,
yeah.
I knew it all along.
They're like your body does not there's no difference between it, they
No
said.
difference. Exactly. So imagining things is when you put that question mark in, is this real or not? And you just like, okay, let's just dismiss that. Let's just put that to one side for a moment. Imagining things is actually how you receive information. Because if I tell you, go and meet I'm going to take you to meet your spirit guide, and I guide you into a meditation, and I guide you to meet the spirit guide. Your spirit guide's going to look a certain way. Another
Right.
person's spirit guide is going to look another way.
Right.
Is either of them the wrong spirit guide? You didn't get this? Of course not.
Right.
Right? Because your imagination is so functional that it will create the imagery that you understand best.
Mm.
Often there's symbolism involved, right? And it's like, why does one person get a symbol and another person gets another? Because they would interpret it in different ways.
Based
Like
on
you don't
their
understand it.
experience, yeah, because that image is being translated based on your perception and your experience of
Yes.
the world in, as they would say, in the 3G. So in
Yeah.
the 3D format for you. So if I'm living in the backwoods of Tanzania, I'm
Mhm.
not going to see my spirit guide would not be a Caucasian woman because I've probably never seen a Caucasian woman.
Yes.
So I might see an older, dark woman with beads, you know? So
Yeah.
again, that's all from your peripheral, what you've experienced. It's all
Yeah.
your
Yeah.
actual
Exactly.
interpretation will lead you to.
Yeah.
So yeah.
And it might change,
And it
I
could
mean,
change, yeah.
yeah, I've had people in spirit guidance getting frogs. I had a frog talking to me today. It's like, yeah, who cares? Did you get anything
Hella.
useful out of it?
Did you
Yes, good.
I that's it. That's it.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Right. So it's the imagination that is really, really powerful. And
Mhm.
by imagining things, we can actually get a lot of information. It's oh gosh, when you do that and with other people, just playing around, like messing around and doing it's like, yeah, okay, think of something, and then I imagine what you're thinking, and it's actually the same thing. It's like,
Yes.
where did I get that from? People are amazed. People are amazed,
Mm,
right? And can you see how this is something that can be on demand?
it can. That's what I want you to walk us through. How does it go on demand? Yeah, how can we do that on demand? Because that's
On
your
demand, it
field.
starts with intention. You intend
Mhm,
to receive an information. That's like a powerful bit.
mhm.
And you can imagine a space in front of you. For example, a mirror. You can imagine a computer screen if you want to. You can imagine a lake that you look into, like whatever, is sort of appealing to you. Um, and then you ask your question and you imagine stepping into that space and seeing, experiencing, hearing. whatever is the answer, the truth to that. That's a simple version of what you can go for.
Wow. Wow.
Right?
I was wondering if you wanted to do an exercise with me.
Hmm.
Is it possible, or is it something that lasts a little longer?
I can do that. I can do that. Tell me first, what is a question that you're going with? Because it starts with a question. Now, let's go like that. I'm going to suggest a question. I'm going to suggest a questions like, what is important for me to know right now? Like something really open, so it
Right.
doesn't become a problem-solving exercise.
Yes.
Do you know what I
Right.
mean? Like,
Exactly.
because
That's what
when you have a problem, you come from like
you have
this,
to
I
go
want to fix
deeper.
this
Yeah, you're a little bit
mindset.
more.
Yeah. Just
Yes.
something really wise so anything can come through. Right?
That would be a question for me right now. What is important for me to know right now? I
Okay.
honestly would. Yeah.
Right. So, your hand on your heart. Take a couple of deep breaths, close your eyes on exhalation. Notice the weight of your body on your chair and become aware that the weight of your body is literally the force of gravity. It's the earth holding you, pulling you towards her very center, anchoring you. And then on your inhalation, imagine there's earth energy rising in your body, flowing through your heart to the top of your head. And then from the top of your head on your next inhalation, that it's reaching up towards the skies, towards the source of the universe. And then come back to your heart space. From there, imagine a space in front of you, like a lake, an energetic lake that you have in front of you, and you know that this lake contains the answer to your question of what is it that I need to know right now. And imagine there's curiosity inside of you. You're really curious. I wonder what it is. There's almost this joyous wonder and curiosity bubbling up in your chest. And from that curiosity, you step into the lake. Imagine that, immersing yourself into its energetic waters. And as you immerse yourself, imagine you duck under. And in that moment, imagine a symbol just appearing in front of you. You receive it, and then you make up what it means to you. And that is your information. And slowly you emerge, a heart full of gratitude, and then come back to the sensation of your body on your chair, the gentle weight that you're feeling, the earth holding you. And on the next inhalation, open up your eyes.
Mhm.
Do you want to share what you got?
Yes.
Private?
My symbol was a sword.
And what does it mean to you? If you had to make up a meaning.
So the meanings, there were two sides of it. One was cutting ties, and I'm like, what else? I lost everything. And then, but it's like it's warrior mode. The warrior is what that was the final thing before you guided me out of the water as I stepped back. It was warrior, and it wasn't defensive. It was strategic. So I got out coming up as you're it's almost so as I'm downloading now, it's like, okay, so you're right there with all that you've asked for. You're on track, but you have to stay vigilant and stay in warrior mode.
Yeah. Okay. Great. There you go. Yeah. See, you're getting it. You say you're getting it because you're really practiced at this. I can tell, you know.
Yeah, I
If this
meditate and stuff.
person, yeah, if there's a person listening that asks like, yeah, but I'm not getting anything, right?
Right,
You make it up. And
right,
what's really useful, you pretend this is another person's symbol. It's not yours. Like
right.
if you had, like if your life depended on it, that you make up a story about what this means,
Yeah,
you make up a story, that's what it means.
that's what it means. Yeah,
That's
because
what it
again,
means.
it's that imagination, right?
Yes, it's the
Creating an image.
imagination. And again, there's a reason why you imagine certain things, right?
Right, you didn't plan this. You didn't
Yeah,
plan
if
what
I
you
got
would
a
see.
sword, I might have made up a completely different meaning. Yeah,
Exactly.
yeah.
And I'm, you know, mm, yeah, I love it. So you're saying you can practice this on demand,
Yes.
and that's And it's so simple. That's one way. And I'm sure. So tell us about the Tidal Flow Women's Festival. So what
Mm.
does that look like? And when is the next one coming up and where?
So the Tidal Flow Women's Festival actually came in one of those. It came to me like that. I literally I dreamed it up.
You
I
see?
dreamed it up, and it's so my family background is Croatian, as you see from the last name, the weird last name. That's Croatian
Ah,
last name. So even though I was born and raised in Germany, my parents are both Croatian, and
okay.
it's family line. My family still owns a property in Croatia by the sea on a peninsula. Really
Ah,
beautiful place. And it's on that land that I hold the festival. So it's coming through the generations of being
wow.
with this property, which is really big. My grandmother used to run student summer camps there. Like that was how
Ah,
she made a living, among other
yeah.
things. Then my parents, when the house at a certain point was almost falling apart, literally the roof caved in, and they renovated it, and then they ran it as a bed and breakfast for more than 20 years. And now they're retiring. And what I want to do is, transform it into a retreat center and bring spiritual work to that, and also to the land,
Yes.
because I deeply believe that land really absorbs energy, things that are happening there. You see it
Yes.
when you go to zones where wars have happened.
Mm-hmm.
There's people, if you're a bit sensitive, you feel it, like there's a heaviness, a sadness around those
I
places.
definitely do. Yeah.
And so
Even
I'm
if I don't know, I just know.
yeah, you just know something's going on here. And so I'm bringing another type of energy consciously to that land. Like I really want to impregnate it with that.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And that's one of my whys for that particular trip.
Yeah.
And to really involve the whole village in it, because people live
Ah,
off
that's
tourism, and like
yes.
conscious sort of tourism that really elevates everybody involved.
Yes.
I think there's so much beauty in it. So it is a festival that I have founded 2 years ago. Now we're going into the third edition, and it is a place where women can come and experience, play around with different modalities, 10 workshops, whether they
Yes.
consider themselves spiritual or not. Doesn't really
Yes, I
matter.
saw that.
It's like this huge buffet of
Yeah,
offerings where you
yes.
can just pick and try out things in an environment where probably nobody knows you, right? Like this is not,
Exactly.
you know, and which gives a lot of freedom. Also had women attend with their besties, and they come and they do it together. That's also beautiful. And you can explore um, different types of work, and more than that, explore yourself with it.
Mm-hmm. Which is so
And
important.
just really use it to get a better sense of yourself, get a better sense of what works for you, what doesn't, and
Mm-hmm.
find more grounding within yourself, in a community with other women, and leave richer, inspired, and very often with some very practical tools and practices that you can take into your life.
Absolutely. I love it. So tell us, Lena, what is your favorite way for our listeners and viewers to connect with you?
Mhm. It's a link that will take you to the possibility, if you want to get into the tidal flow space, and I send you a series of practices to get you to experience that work with me,
Yes.
and see if this is something that resonates for you. I'm also on Instagram, Life Love
Yes.
Alignment. I'm not as active there as
Okay.
yeah,
Yeah.
but getting on my mailing list is certainly a good way, because I love to
Yes.
write, and that's where I got it.
Yes, I saw that. Yeah, you have the powerful guided experience called Written Spirit Guidance, where, that's so we have the link for that. It's going to be in the description and the show notes.
Yeah.
Lena, thank you so much for such a wonderful two-parter conversation. It's just been a amazing journey. I think this was a great conversation to close out my day. And I think it's early for you, but definitely just worth it. Thank you so much. And for you disruptors, this conversation wasn't about being more spiritual as we promised. It's definitely about you being more honest. And first of all, with yourself. Because when you learn how to read yourself, you stop outsourcing your decisions and you start leading your life with clarity. So keep mastering your mindset. Think, speak, do, become. I'm Dr. Alisa with Lena. Reach out and let her know you heard her here on Mindset Mastery Moments. And don't forget to subscribe, and we'll see you on the next episode. Bye now.